Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing a first impression gameplay video for MapleStory, a 2D fantasy MMORPG published by Nexon. Now I'll spend about 5-10 minutes running around, checking the game out, and making quick comments. If you guys want to play MapleStory or just learn more about it, check out our full review on MMOHut.com on the link on the right sidebar. Now here we go. I'm already logged in over here, and I'm going to go and play on Scania. You can see there's a lot of servers in the game, and that's because this is one of the most popular free-to-play MMORPGs, if not the most popular. And it is a pretty old game, probably one of the first popular free MMORPGs out there. But the game has aged surprisingly well, and I'm going to attribute that largely due to its 2D graphics. And 2D games tend to age better because they don't seem to get old as much as 3D games. And the graphics are actually okay by my definition. Now I have a few characters over here, but I'm going to go ahead and make another one. Create a character. And if you've played MapleStory in the past, you would never have seen this screen before, because the game has added a lot of new characters to the game. If you played originally, you can see the 5 starting classes over here: Warrior, Archer, Thief, Pirate, and Mage. Those were the 5 starting classes, but now they have 5 new classes called Cygnus Knights, which are just sort of spin-offs from the 5 original classes, but still distinctly different, and then a new Iran class. And if you click on them, it tells you their pros and cons. The Cygnus Knights grow the fastest, as in they level the fastest, but only have a max level of 120, while the starting classes have a max level of 200, and the Irans have the max level of 200 with the lowest experience rate. Now I'm going to play a Cygnus Knight for now, and let's just make my name over here. Okay. And you have a bit more customization options. It says this account is female, so I can't really change it. I'm using my brother's account right now, and apparently he put it as female. Anyway, you have a decent amount of character customization options, more so than before if you played this game. Oh, I can make him male. Here we go. And I'll just go with this guy. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Your starting weapon over there has no impact on the game, so don't worry about it. And unlike before, where your stats were random when you had to roll a dice, now it's set properly for your class. I start with 12 strength because my stats can reset when I pick my class anyway. And like I said, it gives me 12 strength right away because it doesn't really matter, because at level 10, when you get to actually pick your job, you start as a classless character in this game, and you can pick your job at level 10. And it tells you the basic controls right over here. I'm in the Empress Road. This is sort of the tutorial area for a Cygnus Knight character. And the controls are very simple. You move with the D-pad, and you can see on the screen what all the controls are. And upon coming near a teleporter, like you see on the left side over here, you just click up twice and you go inside of it. And the game's graphics are not bad at all, although they run on a very low resolution. But when you stretch it out to full screen, which is the default settings, it's surprisingly good. It looks perfectly fine. And there's a lot of newbie quests in this area. Let's accept these. And one thing I really want to talk about in MapleStory now, I used to play this game years ago, and I've been playing it on and off for a while. I know some people are going to laugh at me, but this is a really popular game, and it's popular for a reason. It's very simplistic, but it's pretty fun. Anybody can pick up the game and play it. I used to play this with my cousins, my younger cousins, and we had a lot of fun. Let me close this out. It's teaching me some of the skills, which I don't need to learn. Yep, and I do recommend you do all of these tutorial quests because they each give you a full level, making your early game leveling quite fast. And one of the game's biggest complaints for a very long time was that it was too grindy. You had to grind. Control attacks, by the way. I'm just smacking these guys up, and the Z is dropping their stuff. And yeah, the biggest complaint was that it was too grindy, but the game has done a lot to remedy this, and it did so by adding a lot of new quests to the game. And I'm not talking about quests like in Ragnarok where they just get you a few items and they've been adding quests for a while, but quests in MapleStory now are such a big part of the game that you can level up much easier doing quests than grinding. That's right. You're better off questing than grinding, which is a new thing to MapleStory. It used to be just outright grind to level up, but they changed that a lot and I really like it now. In fact, just about 4 or 5 months ago, I was playing this game regularly again. I got to level 35, 37 with my character you saw earlier in a matter of a week. And I didn't play too hardcore either. Click next. And I did so by doing all the quests. And if you want to do a lot of quests, you should play the Cygnus Knight classes, but all of the game's classes have access to a lot of new quests. And as you're playing a Cygnus Knight, you have a sort of a main quest line in the game, which is really interesting because the main quest line has a boatload of quests you can do for your level. And it sort of brings you from level 1 to 30 very easily, just by completing those quests alone. It has you visiting the various towns in the game and helping out the NPCs over there. And the amount of XP you get for doing the quest are really generous. So save yourself a lot of time and don't grind your way to level 30, level 40. Do the quests. They're actually worth it. Unfortunately though, the quests sort of start drying up around level 40. And at that point, it's going to become very grindy. Let's kill more of these guys. And you won't have access to any real skills in the game until level 10. But it really doesn't take that long to get there. I'm already level 4. And every time we level up... Oh my... Detail... What is this? Basic stats. I can't distribute my basic stats right now. I can do so at level 11. And every level I believe I should get 5 or 6 stats. I forgot the exact number, I'm sorry. And you also get 3 skill points that you can distribute. One other little problem I have with the game is that each of the different classes in the game, although there are many, they don't have access to too many different skills. But it's more than enough to keep you occupied because each skill can usually be leveled up to level 20. And there really aren't too many different builds in the game, so pretty much everyone that plays as mage will be pretty similar. Well, there's only 1 or 2 different types of builds for them. But overall, the game is very addicting, and it has been around for many years now. It truly has survived the MMO test of time, and it did so because it's fun. It's very simple. And what I noticed by playing all these MMORPGs that I did is that the MMORPGs that seem to be the most successful are the simplest. And you can't get any simpler than MapleStory. This is a game that seems like it's designed for a younger audience, and it really is, but anyone can really enjoy it. And if you go to a place in the game called the Free Market, which is pretty much the area's commerce area where you can buy and sell items, it's absolutely packed. You'll see literally hundreds of people mushed onto one screen at once to try and sell their items. And personally, in an MMORPG, one of the most important aspects to me is its player base, and in that regard, MapleStory definitely shines. It's one of the most popular free-to-play MMORPGs, without a doubt. And actually, the game advertises that it has over 100 million players worldwide. Obviously, that counts China, and I'm going to say at least 50 million, 60 million are from China alone. But still, worldwide, this is a very popular game, and even in North America, it's very popular. Alright, he's teaching me how to break a chest. Awesome. And jumping is always fun. You feel alt to jump. Once I get to level 10, I can pick between 5 of the Cygnus Knight classes. Had I chosen the other type of class at the beginning, I would have been in an entirely different area and have access to 5 different classes. I gotta break these chests and see what's inside. And this is one of those games where I'm almost embarrassed to play when I have, family over, guests over, because when they see me playing a game that looks like this, they're gonna be like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Are you like 5?" But you know what? I don't really care. It's actually a really good game. And I don't care what everybody says. And this is unfortunately one of those games that attracts a lot of haters. So either you love MapleStory or you hate it. There's very little room in the middle ground. Same with RuneScape actually. RuneScape is always either hated on or loved. So I think it has an unnecessary amount of haters. But even though I never got into RuneScape, I don't hate the game, but a lot of people do. And I guess that's mainly because of the graphics. I can see why a lot of people hate this game as well. It looks very childish. But you know what? I've played World of Warcraft. I've played all the free-to-play MMORPGs, and this is definitely one of the best in my opinion. And apparently in the opinions of other people as well, because it's one of the most popular. I had to go hand in this quest, which is why I can't zone to the left. This tutorial area will only take about 20 minutes to complete, and there's another guy over there. Chaos Champ. What's up, guy? I'm already going to be level 6 after this, I believe. Next. Awesome. Let's get out of here. And up until level 10, it'll distribute my stats automatically. And no matter what you want to be, what class you want to be, it's going to put all your points into strength because it's a faster way to level up and the game doesn't want you to screw up your stats early on. And they reset anyway. I'm going to be a warrior anyway, so my stats are good. There are a few class balance issues in the game, but they're not too big. Mainly because warrior and melee classes tend to be pretty underpowered for the first 30-40 levels of the game. And they start doing a lot better later on. And inversely, the mages seem to be very powerful early on, but they're very gimp later on. Oh my god, what a quiz. No! I like the dialogue as well. I have to take the quiz, apparently. And one thing you'll notice is that the translations in this game are quite good. And that's because it's by Nexon and they have a lot of money to spend. And in case you're wondering, Nexon also publishes a few other games. Combat Arms, Dungeon Fighter Online, and Mabinogi. If you're an account with those games, you can just use that account over here. That took a little bit longer than it should have. Sorry guys. I just skipped ahead though. and I'm just about to finish this very basic tutorial area. Let me show you guys a map. This is actually very interesting. Back when I used to play, this was the entire game world originally, but now they've added so much to the game. Just look over here. Look how many different game areas there are in here. Osiria, Nihala Desert, Myloon Garden, Minar Forest, Temple of Time. Almost sounds like a Zelda area. Ludus Lake, Reen. There's just so many different places to explore in this game, and if my number one thing about this game is that it's updated regularly. There's been so many game updates for this game, so many new content updates, so many new classes, so many new bug fixes. Nexon really cares about the game, and that's what really makes it a great game. But anyway, guys, I'm running out of time. If you guys want to play MapleStory or just learn more about it, check out our full review on MMOHut.com on the look on the right sidebar. Later, guys.